This is Mike Kavanaugh with HIVHero.org and HERONEWS.org, and I'm here with the incredibly handsome Garen Scribner. How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Here we are in the fabulous Palace Theater at an American in Paris, and this is your dressing room. How impressive is that?
Not bad, huh? This was Judy Garland's dressing room.
Wow. Oh my God. So, Garen, tell me where you're from.
I'm from Arlington, Virginia, originally.
Okay, and I read the most interesting thing about you, that you were discovered by someone while you were ice skating. Is that true?
That's right, yeah. I was a very serious competitive ice skater when I was age 7.
Wow.
Yeah. And my family used to go on Friday nights as a family activity. We'd go ice skating, and then I begged for lessons. I loved it, and I was on the ice at 5 in the morning, got out of school early, and someone from the Washington Ballet saw me on the ice and said, he'd be great for ballet, so here I am.
So lucky for us, you became a dancer, and how did that come about?
Well, my older brother was also a dancer. My mom had put him into ballet lessons, and I was always resistant to it until I saw him at a recital, and I saw him dance, and I thought, I can do that too, and I can do it better. And I really wanted to try. So the jazz and tap really got me excited, and they said, you really have to take ballet too. So I took ballet as well, and eventually realized that that's where I would really excel, and loved it, and kept going from there.
That's great. I kept thinking of that song. I could do that.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Of course,
yeah.
yeah.
So that's an amazing story, and then you became this amazing dancer, and you were with the San Francisco Ballet, which is one of the best ballet companies in the world. How was that experience?
It was an amazing experience. I had joined the company when I was 17 years old and became a soloist there. I was a dancer there for 10 years. I worked with so many incredible choreographers and artists from all over the world, and traveled extensively on tour, and really found my artistry as a ballet dancer and contemporary dancer. So I feel very fortunate to have had that opportunity.
That's great. And then all of a sudden, look where you are now, American in Paris. How did this journey start?
It's been a long and very interesting road. I worked with Christopher Wheeldon a lot at the San Francisco Ballet, and we always had a great rapport, and he created a lot of new work on the company, and I was in a lot of those new works. And when he started preparations to do An American in Paris, he let me know that it was happening, and he thought that I would be great for this Gene Kelly role. And so I started taking voice lessons. I had already wanted to transition to musical theater, and I always loved to sing. So I sort of began preparing, and then I just put something on tape for Chris and the producers, and they flew me to New York, and I auditioned, and here I am. It's been a really interesting journey.
Mm-hmm. So I was able to meet you in Paris to see the opening of An American in Paris. It was such a great thing. I fell in love with the cast. Thank you, Mikey Casamano, for inviting me. I love
you,
everyone in this show. Tell me about the experience of doing it in Paris.
Paris was wonderful. It was really special to create this show and perform it for Parisian audiences, and to be in the city that the show is about. It was just perfect and so romantic.
You do the lead, the Jerry Mulligan role. Robbie Fairchild is amazing, and you are amazing in it. What is it like doing the hardest part on Broadway?
It is very demanding. It's challenging, and it's equally challenging as it is rewarding. It's a really great experience, and yeah, it's a marathon. It's more than a full-length ballet, because you do, for almost 3 hours, you're out there with no stop, and you're singing and dancing and acting, and you carry the weight of the show on your shoulders. But fortunately, this cast is just a really special group of people. It's a group of unicorns, I would say.
Yeah.
And they're just some of the most talented artists I've ever worked with, so I learn from them every day, and wouldn't be able to do this role without their support and without their incredible talent behind me.
Well, you're on the stage almost the entire time. Isn't it exhausting?
It is. It's really tiring. But you know, when you're performing and you can feel the energy from the audience and the energy from your castmates, it doesn't feel so exhausting until the curtain comes down and you get down here and you're like, whew, I could use a nap.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it's a fantastic show. And when can we see you in the lead right now? You do it a couple times a week?
Yeah, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. and Saturdays at 2.
Okay, so come to the Palace Theater and see American in Paris. So one of the reasons I'm so thrilled and honored to be here, because you're such a talent, is that we are honoring you with the first ever John Adams Hero Award this year at the Broadway and Ballet Hero Awards Gala. How do you feel about that?
I'm so excited. It's a real honor, and I want to thank you and the organization for considering me for the award. Just excited to perform and share in the celebration of life that you've put together, and share the stage with those incredible talents that you've brought in for the show. So, thank you.
It's going to be really incredible. It's October 26th at Stage 48. You can get tickets at www.hivhero.org. The John Adams Award is in remembrance of one of our initial board members who passed away last year as we were putting this award together. He had been the start of many people's careers in film, television, and Broadway, mounting over 200 shows. We miss you, John, and this award is for you, to honor talent that you so loved. So, Garen, another reason why I'm so happy to give you this award and I'm so proud of you is that you created your own charity and do so much for the community. Can you tell us about your organization?
Absolutely. I started an organization called Dance FAR, Dance for a Reason, and it is a dance performance and after party that benefits an organization called the Cancer Prevention Institute of California. And what we do is put on a world-class dance performance with all of the best companies from the Bay Area, and we organize an after party with food from some of the best restaurants in San Francisco, and we raise money for this organization, which focuses on cancer prevention before it's a problem. And they help so many people in outreach, education, research initiatives, and we've raised over $300,000 for the organization over the past 3 years. And our 4th annual event is coming up in San Francisco on November 10th, and we're thrilled. And I'm actually going back to San Francisco to perform and MC the event. So I'm thrilled.
That is fantastic. And how can we find out about that event? Do you have a website?
dancefar.org.
So, Garen, what's quirky about you?
Probably the quirkiest thing is that I'm a crazy dog person.
I love crazy dog people.
Me too. I've met a lot of my friends that way at the dog park. No, my dog Pilot is just a little lover. He's such a joy. I rescued him almost 10 years ago in Brooklyn, actually. And he was about 6 months old. I've had him ever since. He's traveled around the world with me.
Rumor has it that you are a huge fan of The Real Housewives. Is that true?
Oh, you did do your research. I do like the Housewives. I can't say I follow them right now, but there's something about watching those Beverly Hills women that I just can't take my eyes off of.
Yeah. So one more thing. Dance moms. Was your mom a dance mom?
You know, she wasn't at all. And neither was my dad. They were very supportive always of what I wanted to do, but if I came home and said, oh, I fell out of my pirouette or I messed this up in the performance, they would go, what's that? And they would want to know. They weren't the ones peering through the window and comparing their kids or anything like that.
So, Garen, this is kind of a dream come true, having this role, but if you were going to have another dream, what would be the next one?
My next dream, in terms of performance, would be to create another role in a play or musical or TV show or film that I really could connect with and had time to kind of work on the role and really dive in and be part of a really profound storytelling experience.
Awesome.
So I'm really open-minded.
Well, I was very surprised when I heard you sing. Actually, you sent me a little selfie video with you and Mikey Casamano.
Oh, yeah.
You're really a good singer, actually.
Thank you.
And they say, why? Tell them that it's human nature, why does he do me that way? And they say, why?
Is that something you want to pursue a little more?
I love to sing. I take vocal lesson every week. I still feel like I'm learning so much. It's really interesting because I just came off stage right now, and I'm singing in front of so many people and starring in a Broadway show, which is something I never really imagined would actually happen. It was a dream, but I didn't know it would come true. And here I am doing it and really, really loving it and knowing that I have so much more to learn. And I feel so fortunate to be around so many beautiful singers in this show and in the Broadway community that I'm encouraged and excited to continue to learn and take from different teachers and perform all over and perform different types of repertory.
One of the things I find incredibly wonderful about you people is your commitment to taking class, and that you had mentioned in some of your interviews that it's important to take class every day. How do you do that?
It's true. Class is a vital tool for a dancer. It's, ballet is a practice like anything else, like yoga or like singing, And it's something that you need to exercise on a regular basis to train the body and the mind to connect to the technique, so that when you have to perform, you can sort of forget about it and just, it happens naturally. So class is very important in that way.
If you were going to give any advice to an up-and-coming person, what would your advice be to make it on Broadway?
It sounds trite, but really to believe in yourself and to be confident and to not be afraid, to be fearless in every step you take and every word you speak, and make sure that it speaks from your heart and really that it's your truth, because otherwise it makes no sense and people aren't interested in hearing it unless it's really important for you to say.
So Garen, the reason we're here is we're a site for newly diagnosed and people living with HIV. You're a young role model. Do you have a message about the importance of safe sex practices and wearing a condom and being safe in this world?
I would say that there's nothing more important than your own body, and taking care of yourself is the best way that you can take care of those around you. So it's not even a question. Safe sex is not an option. You have to do it every time. And that comes from respecting yourself, respecting others, and making yourself a priority.
And our slogan is condoms are hot. Do you think condoms are hot?
Condoms are hot.
You heard it from Garen. So please remember to wrap it up, get tested together, and remember that PrEP and all those things are great tools. However, there has been an outbreak of other STDs happening, a big increase in hepatitis C and syphilis in LA and New York. So please be careful out there. Wrap it up. It's always the safest thing to do. So Garen, this is a little bit of a surprise, but we're going to have you be our first person to do the Broadway Challenge. You know what that's going to be?
No.
Okay, we're asking everyone from Broadway shows to write in lipstick, condoms are hot, in their mirror, take a selfie, and put it on there. What do you think?
You got it.
Okay, we're going to film this in a minute.
Okay.
Okay.
I challenge all of you Broadway performers to be a hero and write "Condoms are hot" with lipstick on your dressing room mirror.
So Garen, I want to thank you so much for being our Broadway Hero of the Month for fall. You're an amazing guy, such a talent, amazing in the show American in Paris. You do so much for charity. I'm so glad you're getting the first John Adams Award for Best Broadway Debut. You really deserve it, and good luck with everything you do. I think you're going to be a huge success and just be bigger and brighter and better than ever.
Thank you, Michael. It's really an honor.
And the John Adams Award is a brand new award this year, and it honors one of our founders. And actually,
RB, you have a delivery from Trattoria Tricolori.
Life in the Theater.
Door, please.